Well, hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, I am so excited to be back with you all. I've been missing for a few days, but that is okay. Life happens to all of us. We had some loss in my family, and then the flu hit my house. I have just been extremely, extremely inundated with life. When life happens, you have to be okay with rebounding from life. And I could do a whole section on that, but that's not what was on my heart and on my mind for this evening. I wanted to just talk to you guys for a little while about, what would you do if, your next was now, right? What would you do if your next was now? So many times, we are believing for next levels, right? We want to go to a new level. We want that promotion on our job. We want advancement in whatever organization we're a part of. And we fail to really realize that a new level is going to require a different version of you, right? It is not being disloyal to yourself, and it's not being inauthentic for you to grow and for you to expand, right? No one is looking at the iPhone 13 or 14, whatever version's out now. I think I still have like an 8, so don't talk about me. But no one looks at the iPhone 13, let's say that's what it is, and says, oh, you're so disloyal to the iPhone 8. Like, how could you go and how could you change like that, right? No, because it's still an iPhone. It's still true to the essence of what it is. But in order to go into a new era, in order to advance as society advances, there had to be some upgrades that occurred. You need to be unapologetic about recognizing your need for an upgrade. Why don't y'all just help me tonight a little bit? Why don't you just put in the chat, I'm okay with my upgrade? Just put that in there. Say, I am okay with my upgrade. There is nothing wrong with me becoming a better version of myself because it's necessary. People they want wealth, and they do all of this thing, all of this. Hey, Kristen, they do all of this like, hey, I want to be wealthy, but they have no wealth knowledge. They have no wealth education. And so when money hits their life, it doesn't result in wealth because even though they got what they had been looking for, it never ever resulted in them maintaining it because they did not become who they needed to be. Hey, Tammy. Yes. Hey, Shaniki. Got to be okay with your upgrade. I am constantly amazed by people who want more, but don't do what it takes to have more. And listen, if you looked at the post that I put to accompany this, I talked about how everyone now is really big on manifesting, and we're praying, which is an awesome thing to do, right? We are meditating, which is an awesome thing to do. We're making affirmations, which is an awesome thing to do. Hey, Calvin, you don't need a notebook. I got you. But we're always, always, always talking about what we're doing to usher ourselves into our next. And that's all well, fine, and good. But in the midst of all of the affirming and in the midst of all of your praying, are you preparing? Because listen, you need to be prepared for the place that you're trying to get to. And so preparation involves more than just believing it's going to happen. Preparation involves you actively making efforts to say, what is it that I need to know in order to go to this next level? When I get there, what is it I'm going to have to be able to do that I'm not currently doing? Just to give you an example, you all know that I am absolutely blessed and I find myself so favored to be able to serve as a conflict manager and to help people navigate conflict. And what amazes me is, you'll have someone, they're working a job and they really want that promotion. Well, on most jobs, the difference in one level and the next level is the number of people under your supervision. People are the ingredient that advances you to other levels. One of my wealth mentors says that people are God's currency. Like money is currency, people are God's currency. And if you don't know how to navigate your relationships with people, you are going to really, really struggle when it's time to go to the next level. If you want to scale your business, it goes from being just you to you having employees if you're an entrepreneur. If you're on a job, right? The difference, as I've been promoted in my legal career, the difference in me being a staff attorney and the difference in me being a managing attorney and the difference in me being a regional managing attorney really breaks down to how many people are under my supervision. And if you can't handle more people, then you can't handle a new level. So what are you going to do if your next is now? If you go to work tomorrow and they say, hey, we're fixing to promote you, that promotion is going to mean more people. And if you're struggling to deal with people now, you're going to struggle more when you get to that next level. So you've got to get ready now for where you say you're going to go and where you're believing that you're going to land. And so you've got to master people, and more people means more conflict. And that is not a bad thing. That is absolutely an amazing thing, because what it means is as you go to new levels, you are no longer limited to the sum of your brain power. Um, the more people that I have on my team, the more perspectives, the more ideas, the more viewpoints I have at my disposal. And it can help me tremendously if I know how to harness that power. But if I'm insecure, if I don't know how to deal with conflict, if I'm intimidated by disagreement, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to alienate my team and I'm going to find myself stuck at the level that I am on. So we've got to learn how to deal with more people if we want to have a new level, right? Even in your personal life, if you want a new relationship, you're going to have to learn how to come out of your comfort zone and how to compromise and how to deal with things. Every next requires that you become more proficient at dealing with people. Hey, Denise, it means that you've got to become more proficient with dealing with conflict. And I don't know where we got this misinterpretation that you could go to new levels and kind of outgrow conflict. I'll be honest enough to tell you that I used to believe that. I remember being in school and thinking, well, I'm not going to have any issues when we get to graduate school, because at graduate school, everyone's going to be, so harmonious and things are going to be so great. And then when I found in graduate school that everyone wasn't on the same page, I said, hey, Marlene, when I found in graduate school that everybody was not on the same page, I said, surely when I become an attorney, everyone's going to be, on the same page and it's just going to be absolutely wonderful. And then, fortunately, I didn't have this experience, but a lot of my classmates in law school did. They ended up going to these law firms with these people who didn't know how to handle conflict and, didn't know how to handle their own emotion and self-care. And so, here you are, and the senior attorney is getting mad and cussing you out and throwing desk chairs and knocking files off. And who does that? Like, why is that at this level? And I came to the conclusion, and I began to realize you're not going to outgrow people who don't know how to deal with conflict. And you're not going to outgrow conflict. You're not going to hit a level where, oh, there's just no conflict on this level. If you ever get to that level, then you're in trouble. Because one of my favorite quotes is, when everyone thinks alike, nobody is thinking much. And so you have got to learn how to deal with people. You've got to learn how to deal with people who disagree with you. As you go to new levels, you're going to find people who are more competent. You're going to find people who are more self-assured, and they're not just going to roll over and do it because you said do it. They're not going to think the way that you think just because you tell them to think that way. They're going to give you pushback. And it's not unhealthy pushback, it's necessary pushback. And so you've got to level up. You've got to learn how to deal with people who don't think like you, people who don't look like you, and people who are not scared of you and not intimidated by you. And on top of that, if you don't rise to the occasion, if you're one who's conflict averse and you're always too timid and you're always afraid and you don't know how to voice your opinion and you don't know how to confront things in a healthy fashion, you're going to be run over by somebody on the next level because they're going to be bringing it. So if your next that you've been believing for happens now, are you really ready? If you get promoted to manager and you're not just dealing with the customers, but you're dealing with fellow team members, are you ready? If you are given responsibility for client relations with clients at a whole new level, if you start having to do corporate negotiations for your organization, are you ready? If you're managing a group of volunteers, are you ready to keep them engaged even though they're not getting paid? What do you do when they get disgruntled? We keep asking. There's so much going on right now. And you all know, listen, y'all know I'm not against the affirmations. In fact, most weeks I give you all a conflict confident affirmation every Monday morning because I really believe in it. But when you get through affirming and you get through doing everything that you do to manifest the life of your dreams, are you ready for the life of your dreams? Because if you're not ready, your fall will be a lot quicker than your rise. I want to see you succeed at the next level. I am so blessed to occupy this space. I get to be the one behind the scenes helping you go be great at this next level of leadership that you've been preparing for. I get to help you navigate conflict. So I'm just so blessed to occupy this space. One of the things that I've got for you guys to help you get ready, every level requires that you have difficult conversations. There will be people who misunderstand you. There will be people who think that you're abandoning them because you upgraded who you are. And you'll have to make some decisions about whether or not people can go to new levels with you. And that means you're going to have some difficult conversations. You're going to have to be confident enough to be unapologetic about who you're becoming. And as you become unapologetic about who you're becoming, you're going to have those conversations. And you're going to have to know how to have them. So if you look in the comments, I've got a link where I've got a free Tough Talks cheat sheet for you. It literally walks you through how to have those difficult conversations that are going to be part of you going to a new level and that you're going to have on a new level. So go ahead and download that and make sure that you are following me on social media. I'm Shannon L. Felder on all social media platforms. It's my goal to be here every night, Monday through Saturday, up until my birthday on October 26th, when I will be celebrating the 27th anniversary of my 21st birthday. I am not growing older. I am upgrading. And so I'm excited about who I'm becoming, and I'm excited about who you're becoming. And I am so hopeful that you and I can work together so that I can help you be ready for your next when it happens now, because that's what I love to do. I love to work with leaders and to help you go to the next level. Thank you, Kristen, for the happy early birthday. I just believe that when it's your birthday, you ought to just give who you are away, right? Because you ought to celebrate your existence by pouring into others and giving them who you are. And so I am so excited just to do this, just to come and talk to you all from my perspective as your conflict manager, just to come and to pour out who I am and give you the best of who I am, because I know my purpose. And that is so amazing. It's so invigorating. And so that's what I'm here to do. So I will be here again on tomorrow with another conflict conversation. If there's a topic that you want me to address, you can put it in the comments. You can inbox me, or you can email me, Shannon@shannonlfelder.com. And I'll try to answer some of of your questions in our nightly talks. Again, what are you going to do if your next becomes now? Whatever you've been believing for, I hope you're preparing for. And every new level requires that you work with new people and new levels of conflict. I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much, Marlene. It's so great. Marlene's one of my platform sisters doing great things. She's got an amazing story. You all should go follow her on social media so that you can partake of her goodness because she's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Diane, everybody. I'll see you guys again on tomorrow evening. Y'all have a great one.